Hi, it's Simone from PinchAPennyGardener, and today I was so excited. I went into Trader Joe's to pick up some crispy apple treats, and while I was there, of course, I found some herb plants. I've become addicted. I know, I've become addicted to buying these plants, but you cannot pass it by. This is sage, a lot of it, and this one container cost me $2.49. $2.49. In comparison, when you go to Home Depot, and I paid $3.78 for this one. So here you go, $3.78, $2.49. I couldn't not buy it. I definitely pitched a penny here with this, definitely. So I went ahead, and not only did I buy one, but I bought four. I bought my sage, I bought my dill, I bought my parsley, I bought my thyme. And each of them costs $2.49, and it's organic. Now, there's one thing I noticed that I forgot to share with you, is that when you buy these plants, sometimes the plants need grooming on their own. I bought this one, like I told you earlier, from Home Depot, and you can see it has the overgrown sized basil leaves. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna go ahead and cut them off, pinch them off, and save the basil leaf to go ahead and preserve those and use them as in my spices. And I'm also going to check them for little bugs. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Make sure that when you buy your plants that you do take the time to inspect them, because sometimes they do have bugs on them. They have these little white mealy bugs or yellow bugs on them, and you want to make sure that the plants itself are cleaned off and free from bugs before you plant them into your garden, because believe me, one little bug can ruin your entire garden. So generally, as a rule, again, just like my dirt rule, I have a rule for the plants rule as well. I like to let them sit in quarantine for about 48 hours. So depending on how much I have to do, I generally like for instance, something like this, I would pretty much, because I don't visually see any bugs on it, I'm going to go ahead and just spray it off with the hose. Then I'm going to put it in a regular shopping bag like this. Just a regular shopping bag like this, and I'm going to close it off just for a day. Well, really for one day, really, and then I'm going to go ahead and spray it off again and put it in the bag open, just to make sure that there's nothing in there. Now, there are times where I do see a little bit of bugs, and when that happens, I do spray them with Dawn and water. Regular dish detergent Dawn, not the heavy duty one at all, just the regular Dawn and water. Now, you're gonna ask the formula, because when I was told this, I was like, Dawn, isn't it gonna be bad for the plants? But after doing research, I found out what you want to do is when you use the Dawn in the water solution, you want to do two things. One, you can either do a test spray on the plants, and when you do a test spray on the plant, you're gonna spray the plant, and you're gonna do a test spray with the leaf. The other thing to see if it's harmful for the leaf, if it changes colors. But I'm going to tell you, the formula that I've noticed is I generally use half of a teaspoon to half a gallon of water. And that seems to be fine. It doesn't seem to do damage to the plant at all. And the other thing I do is I go ahead and I rinse the plant thoroughly after that with just water. I either rinse it off, or I spray it again in another spray bottle of water, and I rinse it off. And then I do the same thing. I take that same plant and I sit it in the bag, and I just cover it up for at least 48 hours. I spray the plant in between those 2 days, of course, so they stay watered, and I check them out. Make sure that there's no more bugs. I will share with you an interesting thing that I learned. Should you spray too much Dawn on your plants, it will become brown, like it's burnt out. So you want to make sure that you really do the test. I also learned a tip that if you spray your plant with the Dawn in the water solution, and then you cover the plant up out in your garden, you cover it up, then it doesn't have a tendency for the leaves to get brown, because you've allowed it time to get used to the sun again. So in South Florida, we have a lot of full sun, and that does happen. So again, I use a half a teaspoon of Dawn to a half a gallon of water. Now, You can even use a gallon of water because all you're really doing is trying to cleanse the plant from residue. I didn't only buy one basil, I bought 2. That's my tip from Pinch a Penny Gardener.